And here we go. Spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Cosmic Sapphire, we have the Brazilian Zerg player representing Team Super. It is TheZergLord. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Cosmic Sapphire for the first time today, we have El Colombian Papi representing the Daredevils. It is eGGz. Best player in all of Colombia, let us go. Yeah, the ZvZ is going to be pretty interesting. I'll be honest, overall, I think eGGz is the favorite. He is the more well-rounded player. It's harder to distinguish between eGGz and Eric, but between eGGz and the ZergLord, I do think he comes in with a bit of an edge. But just an edge, because the ZergLord can still definitely punch up, and he doesn't have to punch that far up either. Like, these two players are pretty comparable and pretty similar in skill level. I do think that the ZergLord is a bit of a step below, but he can definitely make up for that, definitely. Especially in the ZvZ. So we'll see how this turns out. So far, mirrored builds, we see a hatch gas pool from both of our players. We shouldn't be seeing anything too crazy to begin with. eGGz is always more than willing to go for like a 12 pool opener or a pool first opener, but here on Cosmic Sapphire, both players have opted just to go for macro openers instead. Hatch first. You love it to see it. As the overlords are moving out across the map, trying to get eyes on each other, trying to make sure that there's no early pool shenanigans going on. And we'll see where we go from here. But really, kind of the big diverging point will be whether or not any one of our players skips their Bailey Nest, whether any player stays on two bases. I doubt it. Neither one of these seem to be that kind of player. You know, Jim Rising, 100%. Jim Rising is all about that two-base play. He delays his third for so much, just walling off and starting off with either two-base Roach or two-base Muta. That's just kind of what he goes for. But he is not here. Instead, we have the eGGz and the ZergLord, and they'll both be going for their third hatcheries. Again, kind of what we expect, what we know and love. We should be droning from here, and if I recall correctly, there was a player in the region that was getting really accustomed to that +1 carapace timing. I want to say it was eGGz. We'll see, as he does end up throwing down that Evo chamber. We do see the ZergLord getting eyes on this hatchery, just going to be poking away at it. Nothing too serious is going to be forced back, as eGGz is going to be the one who is skipping his Bailey Nest. And again, I do expect to see that +1 carapace, but we'll see, we'll see. For the time being, he's just going to drone up. Meanwhile, the ZergLord also skips his Bailey Nest, goes straight for a Roach Warren, and he's going for a massive Link Flood behind this. And this is going to be a dangerous moment for eGGz, because eGGz doesn't have a Bailey Nest. He doesn't have a real way to defend against this. He has to rely on his own Lings and Queen control. Oh boy, and he may just be overwhelmed. He's going to respond with Lings of his own. There's that +1 carapace, by the way, that we were talking about earlier, and the Roach Warren. This is just something that eGGz has really been favoring recently, but he's going to be punished for it here as the Lings flood across the map, and eGGz just needs a little bit more time to build reinforcements of his own. Oh, the Queens are going to get completely surrounded right now. One of them is going to be going down. It looks like the second will go down as well. The reinforcements are trickling in, and it looks like eGGz should be able to force this back. Oh my god. And it looks like eGGz may be able to hold on to this hatchery. And that's going to be pretty huge. Oh boy. Yeah, the hatchery does survive. eGGz loses his queens though, so he doesn't actually have that much larva to work with. He only has one queen in total. Meanwhile, the ZergLord backs off. He's going to be making some defensive roaches of his own, and we're going to be getting into that roach versus roach. As eGGz has finished droning for the time being. He's got 30 drones and he is content with that. Roaches are now on the way, but the same can be said for the ZergLord. Again, he wants to be in his opponent's face. So many Lings are distracted right now, and this third base, the follow-up push from the ZergLord, it looks like he's looking to break him. This timing right now, eGGz, he doesn't have the upgrade that he needs. At the same time, he goes for that link counterattack, but the reinforcements are just a little bit too much. The TheZergLord with a great response here is going to be able to take down the hatchery and maybe even break the natural as well. Back at home, he's struggling a little bit, but there we go. He has a couple of defensive banelings. He is perfectly fine. Again, this is the big weakness of this style from eGGz, is that early on you don't have a baneling nest to defend, so links can really start getting out of hand. And the fact that the TheZergLord also delayed his own baneling nest for so long, he got it in the end. But like, it was really a great way to deal with what eGGz was going for. As here we go. He's tempting fate right now. He wants to try and bust on in. At the same time, a link counterattack is going to be able to take down some of these drones, so eGGz is going to be keeping the TheZergLord on 2 base economy as well. Tying up the worker count. Ooh, and the TheZergLord comes back home. I don't know about this. The queen goes down. The TheZergLord was just a little bit too greedy. Oh my god. And these links from eGGz bought so much time. And now things aren't so clear cut. eGGz is ahead in workers. He's down in bases, but he's gonna make up for that eventually. Oh, he gets another drone? 6 drones in total. This is more than anything that should have happened, to be honest. And now suddenly things are evening up. Oh boy. eGGz, he's going to be looking to get into his own lair a little bit later than his opponents, so the TheZergLord can try and go for a bit of a speed timing. Oh my god, the wall is at a wall! Oh, the lings, they flood on in. They're not going to get the best trades because the roaches aren't too far away. Oh, the queens wall off just in time. I don't know if this ling run by was really worth it. Ugh. As the TheZergLord is trying desperately to drone up. And after all said and done, I do think that the TheZergLord is still in a better position, but eGGz already has +1 carapace, so he's going to have a bit of an upgraded advantage. We do see that he's going for his own counterattack now. Oof, has to be careful. Oh my god, the wall once again is not a wall. He's going to be able to get another queen. The ling runbys here of eGGz have just done so much for him and continue to do more for him. 3, 4 drones. He's probably going to get a 5th. Can he get a 6th? Oh my god. A 7th? What? 7 drones. Ugh. Yeah, the TheZergLord here is really struggling with these counterattacks. His his Overlord positioning just is never giving him enough time to react. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe we are forgetting roach speed. I was looking at the upgrades earlier, and we don't have roach speed for the TheZergLord, and it hasn't started either, so I really do worry here for the TheZergLord. As eGGz has finished droning, 50 drones is all this man needs. He's going to be pushing out across the map here. The TheZergLord is getting in position to defend. He will have a +2 timing, I guess, but we still don't have speed. Ay. I'm getting deja vu. I think we casted a game in like World Team League where this happened. A couple of weeks ago where the Zerg player just forgot speed. I say World Team League. Actually, it was in Oceania. I think it may have been Risky or Demi. It was a ZvZ in our region. Oh. Meanwhile, eGGz, again, he's not going to take this line down. He's going to be going for some dropper lords as well. He does have Overlord speed. As the TheZergLord tries to battle down that Overlord as it chases him. And looking at the units tab, we do see that eGGz actually has the roach advantage right now. The TheZergLord is going to be hitting with +2. Don't get us wrong, +2 is a pretty major milestone here for ZvZ. Is it going to be enough? There we go. He notices! Roach speed is on the way. Ah, Smooch. Oh my god. He wanted to hit his +2 timing, but now he can't. Roach speed starts. The ZergLord has to back off. And at this point, yep, he's taking more gases. He should be taking a 4th base. There we go. 4th is being taken. I wouldn't be surprised if we even see an infestation pit. Like, the ZergLord didn't want a longer game, but he's forced into it. Meanwhile, there we go. I was just looking for them. The Dropper Lords are moving out across the map, slipping down towards the south. Oh boy, this does mean that the overall army here of eGGz is smaller because he's got 8 roaches that are invested into a counterattack. But eGGz doesn't care. He's just posturing. He's just rotating back and forth between the 3rd and the 4th. He doesn't really have much intentions to attack. If he sees an opening, he'll go for it. He just wants to distract the army, and there we go. He's going to try and dive on in. At the same time, drop straight into the natural. And the ZergLord is being pulled apart right now. He's going to be able to defend this flank, this front. But the natural 11 workers are going to be going down. And even here on the front line, he doesn't have enough roaches. eGGz breaks on through. He does take a lot of blasts to the face. But it doesn't even matter, Papi. Oh my god. eGGz just immediately remaxing, and the ZergLord just cannot keep up. GG gets called, and eGGz takes the first game. With honestly really great counterattacks there. The Ling run-bys were crazy. Like, he got so much damage done with them. Not just dealing economic damage, but also pulling apart the attention of the ZergLord. And it forces mistakes. Like, forgetting roach speed. Stuff like that. It is a big mistake. Oh. Yeah, with that, GG. GG. Now we move on to game number 2, and we'll see where we go from here. Game number 2 is actually going to be on ZvZ. The ZergLord had his moments. Don't get us wrong, he had his moments, but I think we got to see kind of the strengths and weaknesses of some of our players, where eGGz, despite being behind, he knows what he needs to do to come back. You know, whether it's Ling run-bys, whether it's Dropper Lords, giving up the 3rd base, and again recognizing like what he had to be doing. Meanwhile, the ZergLord was struggling to keep up with the multitasking in the end. Speaking of, here we have him. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Data Under the Sea, we have the Brazilian Zerg player representing Team Super. It is the ZergLord. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Data Under the Sea, we have his opponent, the Colombian Zerg player representing the Daredevils. It is eGGz. Just needs one more uno mas to advance onto the grand finals. Otherwise, the loser of this series will have to work their way up the lower bracket instead. More games, more games. Now, I would be surprised if eGGz goes for that +1 carapace build again. I do think that he came out worse for wear after the openers overall, but it's possible that it could just be his go-to regardless of his position. We shall see. Again, there's a lot you can do in ZvZ. You can commit to Ling Bane aggression, you can go for faster mutas, you can open up 2-base roach as well. We definitely do have options. Meanwhile, I was just getting some updates here from the rest of the bracket. It looks like Paco Mike did take down Zion's 1-0. So we have a rematch, actually. We have Eric currently going up against Paco Mike in a best of 3. That's pretty amazing. That's pretty amazing. We actually started the night with them. We started with Eric versus Paco Mike. It was a swift 2-0, but maybe Paco Mike has had some time to warm up, to get used to Eric's aggressive style, and I'm sure he'll have more success. Oh boy. As so far, we just have hatch gas pools from both of our players here. eGGz being a little bit more greedy, just delaying his lings, making more drones instead. Just droning on up. And the ZergLord looking to scat a little bit. Investing in earlier lings is going to be moving out across the map, and I mean, this is pretty important as well, just to make sure that your opponent isn't like all-inning you, making sure that there's no, say, faster Baneling Nest or faster Evo Chamber for +1 melee. Like, that's the scary thing about eGGz, is that eGGz is very versatile. He reminds me a little bit of Cham, where in Latin America, there are a lot of Zerg players that are very specialized, right? You've got Ryu, who's known for his lurkers. You've got Jim Rising, who's known for his mutas. You've got TheZergLord, who's known for more just aggressive play overall. You've got Eon, who's just cheesy as hell. And then you've got eGGz, who's a lot more well-rounded, and he can do the best of both worlds. He can cheese the hell out of you, and then he can just play macro. Like, he's a very versatile player, and I guess that's also why he's had a lot more success. Why he's been able to reach higher echelons of play, you know, break into the top players in DreamHack, for example. As things are about to bob off, eGGz is going straight for a Roach Warren, skips his Evo Chamber, and he's going for a massive Ling Flood across the map. How the turns do table. The ZergLord does have defensive Baneling Nest of his own, so he should be okay as long as he's able to morph in some Banelings. And there we go, 2 Banelings are being morphed in. Can they survive? No, it looks like they will. The Queen is under threat. Looks like it will barely survive here. The Lings of eGGz are going to be rocking up, but it's a little bit too late. The Banelings have arrived. And with these Banelings, the ZergLord should be fine as long as he doesn't whiff the Baneling connections. Up. And there we go. So far, doing a great job at zoning away the army. 1 Baneling connection goes off on a decent amount of Lings. Up. And in the end, the ZergLord will defend. Meanwhile, eGGz, he's not too concerned with that. He's going to be able to drone up. He's going for his roaches. I'm a little bit surprised that eGGz was able to get away with so many drones. Oh my god. He was droning up the entire time. The ZergLord, unfortunately, 1 step behind there. So now it's his turn to counterattack. And he definitely can. He has Banelings at his disposal. But eGGz is already making roaches. They're already on the way. Here we go, we're getting some decent surrounds here. There we go, we do get a full surround on the Queens and on these roaches. Transfuse is going to be going off here, but it's not going to be enough. The ZergLord killing both of those Queens. Not bad counter damage. It is a way to even some things up. As once again, eGGz is down to a single Queen. And now we're done with the Ling Bane. We are getting into the Roach versus Roach. Oh, as eGGz is immediately going for another counterattack. The Banelings! Oh, the ZergLord wasn't paying attention. 1 Baneling goes off prematurely. The second one as well. Oh my god. And eGGz may be able to snowball from here. Oh, he's going for the drone damage. Oh my god. He gets 3. He gets 4. Again, not bad counter damage from eGGz. He's ahead in workers. He's been able to he's still trying to rebuild his Queens. And now the pendulum swings in favor of the ZergLord. He's going for his own counterattack. He has an advantage. He has +1 range as opposed to the +0 of eGGz. But he needs to reinforce here. He needs his numbers. Up. And in the end, the ZergLord, he backs off and he's going to drone up instead. So he's going to be missing his timing here. His lair is much later as well. He's going to be playing catch-up tech-wise. And eGGz is going to be able to just saturate his third, take a 4th base behind this. He could try and hit with 2-1, but I think hitting, sorry, with 1-1, but I think hitting with 2-1 is going to be a little bit stronger for him. There's that second Evo Chamber. Could even go for 2-2. Sorry, yeah, 2-1. For some reason, I don't know why. I thought he had a Carapace, but there we go. Carapace is on the way for the ZergLord, not eGGz. And we're going to take a moment to breathe here. Take a moment to just drone up. Again, get our 4th bases. We should be seeing a 4th from the ZergLord. I'm a little bit surprised we don't see it yet. But we should see it in the next couple of seconds. As we're working towards another massive roach push here. Again, the ZergLord has eyes on this. Not for much longer, but he did have eyes on this, so he's going to be able to rotate in kind. Unfortunately, the ZergLord can't counterattack anytime soon, just because he doesn't have roach speed of his own. Ooh, does get a Ravager. Oof. Yeah, once roach speed kicks in, then he can be a little bit more active on the map, as he already is. Meanwhile, I'm a little bit surprised eGGz actually hasn't started Carapace. He has the second Evo chamber, but it has slipped his mind. Right now, he's focused a lot more on... Oh my god! Who is it? Is it me? Oh, thank you. I was like, oh no, what's going on? But eGGz does have a little bit of latency there. Oof, I'm gonna need a moment. Fortunately, the internet of eGGz just having a bit of a spike, but I'm sure it won't take long to fix it. Oh. What?
Game resumed.
Beautiful. As we're diving back into the game here, I'm the ref, so I had to I had to count us in, but here we go. We already see the ZergLord across the map. He has his upgrade advantage. He's got 1-1 as opposed to the 1-0 of eGGz, and the ZergLord, has he found his timing? It looks like he has. Is slowly breaking on through. He target fires every single Ravager of eGGz. And it looks like it may be enough. We do have the defender's advantage kicking in. We do have a couple of reinforcements on the way here. And it looks like with those reinforcements, eGGz is going to be able to hold on. At the same time, there was a bit of a roach counterattack here on the left-hand side. So a couple of drones are going to be going down at the same time. I think the same was happening on the side of the ZergLord. So both players bounce off each other. We're still relatively even in the workers, but I worry for the upgrades of eGGz. Again, he got that second Evo chamber for a reason, but he hasn't been able to use it. It's not the biggest of upgrade differences, but it's an advantage that the ZergLord has nonetheless. Oh. As we see eGGz trying to slip away a bit of roaches for a counterattack. They do get caught out. Here comes that main push. But the ZergLord is... eGGz is able to meet him here in kind. And +2 finishes just in time for this fight. Again, with the rallying, with the defensive advantage, I think it's still going to be enough. I think eGGz should be able to hold on. It's going to be close, though. Reinforcements have arrived. And we'll see if the ZergLord can just keep the pressure up enough. I did just notice as well that eGGz wasn't able to rebuild the queens that he lost either. So he actually doesn't have as much lava to work with. Despite that, yeah, it's going to be enough here. Oh, a bit of a move command as well. The ZergLord really wants to end things here and now, but it's just not enough. Just barely. Roach versus Roach, papi. Beautiful. And yeah, the ZergLord from here, what is the plan? Is he going to try and saturate his bases? Is he going to try and take a third, sorry, take a fifth, try and turn up his gases? For the time being, no. It's like, mate, if I drone, I die. I need nothing but roaches right now, papi. And for one split moment, he's a little bit out of position here. I don't believe the Satchery is going to go down, but you know, he could be setting up for a little bit of a later counterattack. Speaking of, do you see a couple of roaches slipping in towards the third base here? Almost get a queen. Do get one drone. eGGz is doing what he can to try and pull the ZergLord apart. There we go. There's +1 carapace. Ugh. eGGz just losing a little bit too much in the end, Bobby. A little bit too much. I worry though. I worry mainly for the ZergLord. It feels like the ZergLord currently has kind of control of the pace of the game. I say that as he's currently falling behind in the overall roach count. I don't know how, by the way. It's not like there's any major advantage here for eGGz, but maybe he's just hitting his injects a little bit too well. As the ZergLord is bleeding out so much here on the left and the right hand side. Oh, but never mind. He somehow slips into the main base. He's gonna be able to buy more time to make more roaches. More roaches, Papi. Who needs lunkers? Who needs mutas? Nah, man. Small roach ravager. The ZergLord is now investing quite a lot of his lava into droning. Oh, is that gonna be a mistake? We'll see. 2 more volleys and the hatchery's gonna go down. Oh, the biles just barely bring it down in the end. Oh my god. And now here we go. This forces the ZergLord's hand. He goes all the way into a concave? Question mark? I don't know if this is the best move, the ZergLord. He loses everything. All the Ravagers go down. And the Roaches, GG. GG gets called. The ZergLord being forced into a fight he didn't really want to take. I don't think he wanted to take it, but that was it. One swift move. And eGGz takes the series. Again, I don't think there was anything major that was forcing the ZergLord to fight there. Like, he did lose a hatchery, I understand, but yeah, pushing into a concave like that. Ugh. That was brutal. It's actually brutal. I was like, what's happening? There's no need for this fight, the ZergLord. Why are we pushing in? But yeah, I guess he just felt so pressured because he lost his hatchery that he just had to make something happen. Maybe he was a little bit frustrated at the situation of the back and forth roach versus roach, and he just wanted to make some kind of move. GG. GG. Congratulations to eGGz. Oh, hold on. There we go. Congratulations to eGGz as he moves on to the grand finals, where he'll be waiting for the winner of the ZergLord versus Eric. Oh my god, thank god. I was a little bit worried for a moment there.